Hello, everybody, and welcome to our school immersion this year. For those that don't know me, I'm Sonia Mears, and I lead the Good Sam's Foundation. So first up this morning, very importantly, we're going to cross to Marta Christie and to Audrey, who is going to do our acknowledgement of country. Thank you, Audrey.
As we gather today, we acknowledge all our First Nations people of this land we now call Australia, where our schools and ministries are situated. We recognise them as the traditional owners and custodians of these lands, the skies above us and the surrounding waterways. We pay our respects to elders, past, present and emerging, whose stories, customs and traditions hold the memories of those who learned, sung, played music and lived on these lands long before us.
We must never forget that under the concrete of these buildings was, is, and always will be Aboriginal land. We remember the special place of story and the importance of ancestral beings of these lands. As a Good Samaritan community, we commit ourselves to being part of the ongoing journey of reconciliation, not just in words, but in deeds and actions.
Thank you. And Kira, thank you too. So this morning, I'd like to start off by talking to you about where your donations actually go to. What areas do we support? How many people do we support? And what are the concerns of those people? What do we do with the funds that you actually transfer to the foundation? I'm sure you know this because most of your houses are aligned to one of the regions, but we operate across 4 countries. So let's take a minute and think just to yourselves if you know those 4 countries. I'll tell you to them now. So we have Australia, including remote and Indigenous regions, Kiribati, the Philippines, and Timor-Leste. Big pat on the back if you've got all 4 of those regions. And we actually work and make a very real difference to vulnerable women and children. That's our core focus. What does vulnerable mean? It means that they're at risk or they're in harm's way, they're at danger. And how we go about this is by basically three programs. The first, which is the cornerstone of the Sisters of the Good Samaritans programs in all regions, is education. Why education? So we know that illiteracy goes hand in hand with poverty. And if you are illiterate, that means that you can't read, write, or understand basic concepts. It's difficult to create your future. But once you're empowered with education, once you can read, write, understand basic concepts and facts, talk to other people, and make sense of data, you can actually decide and define your own future. But more than that, you can actually look at and understand your human rights, investigate what they are, not just for yourself, but for your family and for your community, and you can advocate for them. So education is a very important part of our programs and the funds that you actually that you send to us to support. The second one is food security. What's food security? It's a word that we're using now to talk about having a nourishing meal and being able to rely on having that nourishment, not being and worrying about malnutrition. Can you imagine what it's like to not just skip one meal? Because often we skip meals for all sorts of hosts of different reasons. But what about if you had to skip a meal, not just for a day, not just for 2 days, but more, and you didn't even know where your next meal was coming from? Or if you could afford to give a meal to not just yourself, but to your family or to your partner so that they could go out to work. And the third one is safety. Very important program. I'm sure you all know about our domestic violence shelter down in Victoria. So safety is about protecting victim survivors, women and children of family violence, but it's also about climate emergencies and emergencies. And that can be storms, it can be flood, it can be fire, it can be typhoons. It's different things in different regions. But again, another thing that puts our women and children and people in our programs in harm's way. So now we know about the regions and we know the programs that you're actually supporting, let's have a little look at the statistics, how many people we actually care for, where your funds go. So to do that, I'm going to use the 2023 statistics. That's because it's a full year of data. So we don't have the full year for 2024. So people that like numbers will really understand these. And I feel for all of us, though, feel proud of the difference that our fundraising is making. Last year, we supported over 1,000 women and children. And let's break that down. I'm going to read it because I can't remember them that well, so please forgive me. But that 1,000 included 120 children who graduated from the Sisters of the Good Samaritan preschool in the Philippines, and 70 in Kiribati, 70 little ones. 670 people living in squatter settlements and on the streets in the Philippines enjoyed regular nourishing meals. So here you see that's food security. 101 Victorian women and 89 children, victim survivors of family violence, were offered safe accommodation at the Good Samaritan Inn. And 112 young people were supported in either high school or university programs in Timor-Leste, again, education. Your donations offer compassion to people living in highly dangerous conditions and unsafe conditions. But together as Good Samaritans, we make a difference to people that we may never meet and we may never know. But we do this because we believe in social justice. What's social justice? It's a fair, just world for everybody, regardless of their income, regardless of where they live. So let's now go and look at the different regions and meet some of the sisters and people that we do support. Our first guest speaker is Nadine from the Good Samaritan in Victoria. And Nadine is going to speak to us about a relatively new program, Women in Work. It's about economic empowerment and employment and coaching. Thank you, Nadine.
Hi, everybody. My name is Nadine, and I'm from the Good Samaritan Inn. I'm the Service Planning and Development Manager, and I'm here to talk about our Women in Work program, which I'm very excited to share with you today. Women in Work's main purpose is to support victim survivors in their healing and recovery journey. The program targets women and non-binary victim survivors who require the additional support and capability to become self-sufficient and enable them to heal and break the cycle of violence. Women in Work offers coaching as well as linking participants to employment. The employment stream of the program links them into employment by partnering with employers across different industries that want to employ really highly motivated people that we know will give the job their all. With family violence being one of the leading causes of homelessness against women and children, financial stability and independence represents both a tool for recovery as well as a protective factor. Women in Work is partnered with businesses across different industries, but also offering different jobs. So they include admin, retail, customer service, cleaning, childcare work, security work, and a couple of others. Once a victim survivor feels ready to enter or re-enter the workforce, we try and match them into a job with one of our business partners. Sometimes a victim survivor entering the program already has a job or isn't ready to work, and therefore the support that they want is purely with our wonderful coach who will make contact with them from there. So the coaching element of the program is a one-on-one program, and it can supplement someone's employment by ensuring they continue to heal and achieve goals in other parts of their life outside of the employment goals. So the coaching framework has been designed using a US evidence-based model, economic mobility pathways, otherwise known as empath. And it's delivered at Good Sam's with a family violence and a trauma-informed lens. So GSI's family violence specialists deliver the coaching framework, and it's culturally safe as well, and that's really important to ensure they feel psychologically and emotionally safe in the coaching space. And they work to build on participant skills and resilience to address barriers to recovery. The coach empowers the participants to set goals within 5 interrelated pillars, as you can see on the slide here. So they include family stability, well-being, financial management, education and learning, and employment. They start off essentially usually at the bottom, not always. Some people are really, highly rated in other areas, and then the coach works with them to build them up towards the top, essentially to become more self-sufficient in each of those pillars. Eligibility into the program requires a certain level of safety. Women work is offered to victim survivors that are no longer in the crisis phase of their journey and are further along in their journey. The biggest challenge, what has been the biggest challenge? I'll tell you about that. So the biggest challenge of Women in Work has been differentiating coaching from case management for people that don't understand the program yet. So people that have experienced family violence generally have a predetermined idea of what help from services looks like. Women in Work coaching is innovative in the sector, which has been focused a lot on crisis response, which is really needed. In this crisis response phase, often victim survivors are needing that extra help from case managers, for instance. This is the model we have at the Refuge, otherwise referred to as the Inn. Some of you may have seen me on the video walking through the building. So this map that I've got up here, this journey map, is a typical journey map for a victim survivor. It's not everyone's journey. And I will make note that this kind of alludes to the fact that trauma and family violence is linear, which is not true. It can come in waves, and also, depending on safety, it can change someone's journey. So initially we'll start with the victim survivor leaving the home, seeking safety, also not always the case. The victim survivor finds safety in temporary accommodation where they receive emotional financial support, i.e. the Inn. With the help of family violence case managers, the victim survivor finds a new home, hopefully. And then this final step here is the victim survivor settling into their new home, and they're ready to move forward and rebuild their confidence in their life. This is where Women in Work operates. So we have case managers that work a lot in that kind of crisis phase, whereas Women in Work really isn't. It's less hands-on, and it delivers support in a more empowering way. And the pace is very much driven by the victim survivor, set by goals that they want in the future. They are aspirational goals, but they're really achievable. The coach walks alongside them and motivates them as a secure base. Basically, the coach empowers them. The aim of the coaching framework is to build the executive functioning skills that have been constrained due to the impacts of trauma. With increased executive functioning skills, the participant is more likely to become self-sufficient, enabling them to make informed, positive decisions for their lives and their families' lives. So executive functioning skills basically are an umbrella term. It's not really, it's not always used in this way, but it's encompassing the set of cognitive abilities that are necessary to pursue, achieve goals, maintain a job. These functions are what enable us to understand complex or abstract concepts, solve problems, plan our next vacation, maintain relationships. The frontal lobe, shown here on the slide in yellow, is the part of the brain responsible for the executive function and has been shown to be particularly sensitive to the effects of traumatic experiences. Where there has been prolonged exposure to trauma, these parts of the brain are impacted. However, the good news is, with the right intervention, with the right support, we know all the research on neuroplasticity and how much the brain can change. it can change and it can build and it can be rebuilt, all of these functions, which is extremely exciting, actually. Can you give us an example of a success story? So, Abigail was referred to the Women in Work program by InTouch, which is the Multicultural Family Violence Service in Victoria, after completing their Inspire program. Abigail is originally from the Philippines, is in her early 30s, and had been in Australia for 12 years. Abigail started the Empath coaching program in April of 2023. At the time, she'd never worked in Australia, she didn't have a driver's license, and had been totally dependent on her ex-partner. She has 2 children that she cares for 13 out of the 14 days of the fortnight. Since starting the coaching, Abigail has achieved the following goals. She started and nearly completed her diploma in early childhood. She started working 3 days a week at a local early learning centre. Abigail stabilised and clarified her finances, and she saves $100 to $200 a week. Abigail developed the confidence to start driving lessons, which she's doing at the moment. She was really scared, but now she's really excited that she's learning. And she hopes to get it in the next few months, her driver's license. And she has nearly saved $5,000 for the cost of a new car. Whilst these are huge goals, and generally the program participants that we see come in, the goals are huge, they're life-changing goals. She still has really great future aspirations. Abigail wants to save a lot more money, and she's already on a plan to buy her first brand new home. So that's her priority over the next 2 years. We are really proud of Abigail, and she's made positive progress over the last year. Her greatest achievement has been her confidence in her ability to create the life that she wants for herself and her children. Before the coaching program, she didn't think that this was possible and really had never had a vision of it. Challenges will inevitably come. However, Abigail has the confidence and resilience now to overcome these. We have a couple of testimonials here from other program participants. So one of them says, I'd like to express my heartfelt gratitude for the coaching program and the exceptional work of the coach. This program has been immensely beneficial for me, as it has not only helped me gain more confidence, but has also provided me with valuable knowledge and strategies for managing my financial situation, enhancing my well-being, and staying focused on building my self-worth, which is just incredible. I think that building confidence and self-worth, in my experience doing the work at the inn as well, that's the stuff that takes the longest. That's really long-term work, and really having the right people supporting you and pushing you up that hill, like that image, that's what gets you there. So super proud of our participants. And we have another one here. Starting to work again has changed my life. I had not worked in years, and as I'm getting older, no one would employ me. Being part of a team and doing something worthwhile with my time makes me feel so happy. I did not want to have to rely on the government alone for money, and after my relationship breakdown and having to rely on him, I had no idea what I would do alone. That is all. Thank you for listening. And if you need to know more about the program, I'm here to talk to anyone that needs. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Nadine. And that program, of course, so important for women and children and falls under both education and safety. So let's now go to the Philippines. I'm going to be taking you through the first photographs. These are from my trip to the Philippines earlier this year, and I'm looking at food security, which is Sisters Anne and Grace. I'm sure you both know of them. And we'll see some photos of their work as we go. So this first one here is the kitchen where we're preparing the food. That's Grace on the left. And look at all those yummy veggies that she's peeling and cutting up. That just gives you no idea of the total scale of how much is cut up. And on the right, one of our team One of our local team members here, our staff, is actually putting the fish and the veggies together into a container that you can see in the front there, so that we've got individual serves that we can hand out. Here's me with the team, the local women that are actually cooking these meals and doing this amazing work. And your fundraising went to actually make this kitchen and this outreach centre. It's an amazing place, a place of joy and a place of nourishment. This is where the food goes in the first instance. This is the squatter settlement at Boulevard in Bacolod. Compare those houses to the houses that you have and look at them through the eyes of safety, and also, you know, what happens when storms and floods actually come in those areas. All that turns to mud. But it's important to know that the people here are very happy living in Boulevard. But there's challenges. And here I'd like to say to you, are our people that we do it for, children and women that we're actually giving the food to, the food security, so that they know that they have a regular nourishing meal at least 3 times a week. And here's Sister Anne. This is how the food is actually delivered out of the back of the food truck, which again was funded by your donations. What's happening here is soup's being ladled out of a big container, and the women and children and people bring their containers to the van to be topped up. And each of them only come when they need it. They don't take food from others. So if we need food this week, we come, and if we don't, we don't. And that's where I was saying about happiness. Spiritual happiness is such an important word. And there's definitely joy here. So please don't think it's all about sadness. And this is the people on the streets. These drivers have e-bikes and they're fitted out to be taxis, but they make very little money. They have to rent the bikes, they have to pay for the petrol, and then they're in very hot conditions all day driving around, and they make next to nothing to actually, you know, have passengers and people. The food vans on the right there, you can see that the sisters are handing out, and our team in the Philippines handing out food to the drivers and other people on the streets who may or may not have safe housing or a home. So that's the food security program in the Philippines. And next up, we're going to talk to Sister Anne, who is in a Q&A with one of our scholarship students, again, back to education. This is a scholarship student from the university program that you support in the Philippines.
Everyone, my name is Misha Bilangel and I'm third year college. I'm studying at Bacolod City College and I'm studying Bachelor of Science in Business Administration, major in marketing.
So Rizia, why is the scholarship important to you?
Because receiving this scholarship is significantly ease my financial burden, sister, and allowing me to focus on my studies. And also, this scholarship helped me to build a relationship with other scholars. We enjoy cleaning at the park, especially in the park and here at the center. And because of the scholarship, we have formation, meetings, and also we have small party going here. Like, it's very natural to us to come here, feel ourselves, and also having a little chat, like asking each other's outgoing, like how our study, how our classmates are, how our teachers is good with us or whatsoever, and also scholarship is a big help for me, sister. I'm saying that I'm a poor student. I need help. I need assistance from you. Not only the money, but the presents you're giving to us is very, I treasure that, sister.
That's great. What kind of career do you want to have when you've graduated?
after graduation, sister, I will be in banking. The chance to support people and businesses in managing their funds and managing their financial well-being excites me, sister.
That's great. Good luck.
Thank you.
And of course,
Thank you.
Isn't that wonderful? Thank you, Sister Anne. And I think you can see there definitely the charism of the sisters and the way of the Good Samaritan, which to provide education and support for education, but also pastoral care and care of spirit and spiritual nourishment. So next, we have a big treat for you. Our kindy students in the Philippines at the Good Samaritan Kinder School have a song they would like to sing to you, and then they're inviting you to be part of their flag raising ceremony. Interestingly, the flag in the Philippines, when it flies one way up, shows that we're at peace, which the flag will do today. But when they're at war, the flag actually gets flipped up the other way. Here's our kinder students for you.
To share your life with us, as we go in love and may we always be to you. What God would have us be, our family always there, to be strong and true in all. May we learn to love each other more in each single day. May words of love be on our lips in everything we say. May the Spirit melt our hearts and teach us how to pray. That we might be true family.
How beautiful was that? So now we're off to Timor-Leste, and we're going up to Nosef, which is the high school where we have our scholarships that you fund for years 11 and 12 up in the mountains in Railaco.
Welcome to Nosef. I am Professor Lucio Pereira, and I will tell you about our school. Nosef is a Catholic school in Elmira district, founded in 2002 by Mr. Virgilio, the Jesuit Father Savio, community leaders from the region, and teachers from the district. It was built to teach and educate children who are the future of the country, using the Jesuit methodology to teach. Nosef offers far better education than other schools in the region, leading to more competent graduates. The schools offer job opportunity for the people from various places. We have teachers of whom many are themselves Nosef schools graduates. and 3 cooks for the canteen, of which some are mothers to students.
NASEP count 338 students, of which 205 are girls and 133 are boys. They come from various districts and sub-districts, including Rulaku itself. Their school day starts at 8:30 in the morning and finishes at 3:30 in the afternoon. The classes are from Monday to Friday. Monday starts with the flag ceremony, and on Friday we have Mass. Additionally, the students have spiritual activities such as BC, where they share personal experiences on chosen topics. Extracurricular activities are held on Saturday. For example, additional English or informatic classes are given. And a particular attention is given to teamwork and leadership, for which special lessons are organized and excursions prepared, with the students being given organizational responsibilities. They also prepare the school anniversary with folk dances. Music, and much more requesting their many talents. We want to develop each student's capacity and talents. They need to be prepared to face today's modern world and to become emerging leaders in the future. Let's now visit the school and see other students.
My name is Adriana.
And me, Ruben.
My name is Edith. You can call me Mila.
My name is Adelina, but you can call me Adel.
My name is Carla Galatia.
Okay, my name is Genevieve. I am a scholarship student.
Okay, my name is Dara Marcel and I am the scholarship student.
We speak 4 languages. So there are
Indonesian language,
Sept language,
Portuguese language,
and English language. But sometimes we don't speak those languages every day.
My favorite subjects are English, Math, Physics, and Chemistry.
My favorite subjects are English and Maths, but the specialty is English.
So for me, my favorite subject is biology because I want to be a doctor.
And for me, I like all of the subjects that teacher teach to us.
Yeah, so last year I was traveling by the car, but because I live far from Relaco, but now no more because I'm staying nearby the school. So I just on foot to the school.
Me, I keep walk because I live indoor.
Okay, every day I go to school, just walk with my friends. And I don't have main transport to support me to go to school because I live nearby our school.
So my plan to do after finishing or graduating from this school is I want to find the scholarship to continue my study about the pilot in another country, because I am as a student, I supposed to have a big dream in my life so that I can study hard, effort myself, and put important things in my life to achieve this goal.
So my plan after school is I want to become as a good person in our life.
I want to be an international doctor and I want to continue my study in university. I want to receive a scholarship.
For me, after school, I want to study in university and I want to be a doctor.
Okay, when I finish my school, I have one plan, like I want to continue my study in university. Then when I study, I have one goal to exceed it in my life. Then through my goal, I can give happily to my family.
The positive impact from scholarship is can help us in the school to access to the good education. A scholarship can help me still studying in this place and join with family to support me studying in school also. I come from Ermera Fatuquero. My parent is agriculture. I come from Taraso, and my mother is take care of our house, and my father is village help. Okay, my plan, I want to give myself to work strongly to help my parents, and I want to support my younger sister and younger brother to access to the good education in the future. Okay, after school, I plan go to another country to work in another country and support my family in Timor. I'm very appreciative about the scholarship because can help me above all the economic part. Yes, I'm very appreciative about the scholarship because this program can help us to continue our study in this place.
So, Timor-Leste, how difficult would it be to get to school if you had no public transport and your parents couldn't actually drive you? So I'd also like to say to the students at Mount St Benedict, I know you've got 2 new houses fundraising for Timor-Leste. Please reach out. I'll be sending you these videos. And also to St Mary's Star of the Sea, because I know Sister Rita was your principal and Timor-Leste has an important place in your heart. Next up, we're actually going to Kiribati, where, of course, your donations go to the Good Samaritan Kinder School. But also this year, we're fundraising for a very important structure. It's a community centre, an outreach centre in South Tarawa, and we've got Sister Tabea that will be telling you all about it next.
Mary encouraged to this video. My name is Tabea. I'm a Good Samaritan sister, and I've been a sister for almost 4 years. I born and raised here in Kiribati, and my family are on the outer island, which is 45 minutes away from here by plane. My main ministry here in Kiribati is I visited elderly women at their home. I involved with aircraft regarding seasonal workers. I also safeguarding coordinator for the Kiribati sisters in Kiribati, and I'm just started teaching RE or religious education at one of the Catholic school nearby. Mary, as you can see, I am sitting outside the old convent, and as you can see, the place needs a lot of renovation. Before we go inside, before I take you inside, I will share with you what we're going to use for the center. We are thinking to provide, we're going to have a faith and light group, and the faith and light group is a prayer group where the sisters and people with disability come together to pray. We also provide some food, we cook for them, and we eat together, pray together, and at the end we all do some entertainments together. We could dance or learn how to sign. We are also thinking to use the center to offer the space to offer the space for people who are seeking for friendship, community, and support. Come inside. As you can see, what I mean, it needs a lot of work. We did a little bit, there's a bit of little work that has been done, but it still needs more. This space would be the open space, and that would be the gathering and prayer space would happen here. That could be the office, toilets, bathroom. That would be the kitchen over there. And this space, we could use it for maybe education space or whatever we have. There are some materials for the house, which are the electrical materials and the plumbing materials, and they are on their way to Kibes from Australia. They are inside a sea container. Thank you for your continuing support of us and our ministries. Kamrapa, thank you very much, and support. Goodbye.
How important is it a community centre? A centre or a place, a space where we can come together as a community, as we are doing today as Good Samaritans. Now, we're actually coming to the end of our immersion session this morning. Please email me with any questions that you might have. I'd like to leave you, though, with a challenge. Please join us and become social advocates, social justice advocates, and spread the charism of the Good Samaritan and the Sisters of the Good Samaritan to other people. How can you do this? You can jump on social media. And if you want any facts about our programs and ministries, please contact me or contact your head of mission, and we'd be happy to help with any photos or anything that you need. Spread the word. You can also jump on the Good Samaritan Foundation website, goodsamsfoundation.com.au. And on there, if you come to the bottom, you'll see that you can subscribe to our newsletter. So every month we send out different things about the ministries, and get your parents involved, get your friends involved. Let's all join together to make sure the stories of the people that we heard from today and the sisters are told to others. And at the end now, as I say goodbye, I'd like to leave you with a prayer. This prayer comes from St. Francis of Assisi, and in a world where there's much turmoil, it's a prayer for peace. Where there is hatred, let me show love. Where there is injury, pardon. Where there is doubt, faith. Where there is despair, hope. Where there is darkness, light. And where there is sadness, joy. Peace, and thank you.